Hello, good evening, and welcome to Iron Port here on Metropolitan Television. Iron Port is probably brought to you by the Ghana Revenue Authority, Guel PLC, Serene Insurance, Ghana Link Network Services, Meridian Port Services, MPS, and indeed Phoenix Insurance. The show is proudly powered by the Ghana Port and Harbours Authority-GPHA, and our media partner is the Business and Financial Times, the BNFT. Now, if you want to have a grasp of all that transpired on the show tonight, make a date and grab the Thursday edition of the BNFT, and you'll be able to see all that happened here on the show. Tonight, we are streaming live on our social media pages. On Facebook, we are streaming live at Ghana Port and Harbours Authority. Ghana Port and Harbours Authority. Still on Facebook, we are live at Port of Tema. And on YouTube, we are streaming live at Iron Port. Iron Port. Now, we shall be getting interactive with you as usual. And so all you have to do is grab your phone, sit back, relax, and send us your messages and comments ahead via our dedicated WhatsApp line, which is 0538 037353. 0538 037353. And when the time is right for us to activate the phone lines, we shall do so that you can call in and contribute to the discussion. My name is Kennedy Mona. We are going for a quick break. When we return, we'll continue the show. Please stay with us.
Good energy brings you quality choices with Goil Super XP. Available in many Goil stations nationwide. It is fortified with special additives that help your engine perform better and use less fuel. Branch into a Goil station today and energize your ride with Goil Super XP, compatible with most vehicles. Goil Super XP will feel ya, huh? Will be feel. Goil, good energy. Yeah, yeah.
Electricity, then pay your taxes. Yeah. Our taxes, our future.
Because you see, without our taxes, we wouldn't have good roads, good schools, better hospitals, street lights, and other very important social amenities. When we pay our taxes, we give our children free and quality education. Talga, my money too small. Why should I pay my tax? Look, small. Salifo, it doesn't matter how small or big your business or income is, you still have to pay your taxes. The little taxes from each and every one of us, when put together, could give your community clean water or that deprived school with tables and chairs. Please pay your taxes. It is your responsibility. It is your civic duty. It is the law.
MPS Terminal 3 is Africa's new state-of-the-art container terminal at Tema Port. For manufacturers, agro-processors and traders, the new port means business can be done faster. This infrastructure boost will improve Ghana's port handling capacity, connect more trading routes, and oil the engine of growth for the economy, creating greater opportunities across all sectors as Africa's markets merge and become the largest trading bloc globally. MPS, we connect, you thrive.
Business and life can be like the sea sometimes. Sometimes serene, sometimes calm, sometimes turbulent, and at times it brings the unexpected. However it is like, trust Phoenix Insurance for your home, car, business, and marine insurance needs. Call 0302-246-319 or 0243-690-492.
At Phoenix, you experience a delightful service delivered with wisdom.
All right, welcome back. It's now time for us to take a look at happenings in the port and shipping front globally.
Houthi militants in Yemen have claimed they launched a 9-hour attack on the USS Harry S. Truman and a strike group using cruise missiles and drones. The group's spokesperson Yahya Saree alleged the assault forced the carrier to retreat to the northern Red Sea. However, U.S. Central Command has not confirmed any successful attack and instead released images of the carrier group sailing undisturbed. The alleged attack follows reports that U.S. and British forces may have supported an Israeli strike on Houthi positions in Yemen, including the Hodeidah and Ras Isa ports. Bloomberg reports that at least 15 tankers, some carrying Russian oil, are now stranded offshore due to damage to port facilities. CENTCOM reported that General Michael Erikuria visited the USS Harry S. Truman on January 12, reaffirming the U.S. Navy's commitment to maritime security in the region. Japanese shipping giant Mitsui O.S.K. Lines has named the new liquefied natural gas carrier MOL Azuri, which will be chartered by Total Energies Gas and Power Limited, a subsidiary of French energy firm Total Energies. The naming ceremony took place on January 10, 2025 at Hanwha Ocean's Joji Shipyard in South Korea. The vessel, measuring 294.9 meters in length with a 174,000 cubic meter tank, features advanced fuel-efficient man energy solutions engines and is set for its first loading in the U.S. MOL also signed a long-term charter contract for another LNG carrier with JERA, a joint venture of TEPCO Fuel and Power Incorporated and Chubu Electric Power Company. This new vessel will be built at Samsung Heavy Industries Georgia Shipyard and is scheduled for delivery in 2026. MOL recently named another LNG carrier, Limail, at China's Hundong Zhonghua Shipbuilding Yard as part of Qatar Energy's massive LNG fleet expansion program.
Right, so those were happenings in the port and shipping industry on the global stage. We're now going to take a look at our word or phrase of the day. And remember, the word of the, or the phrase of the day segment has been brought to you so that we can get you to appreciate the terminologies and jargons we use in the shipping industry. Today's phrase, offshore terminal. Offshore operations, I beg your pardon, offshore operations.
Offshore operations. In the maritime industry, the term offshore refers to activities, structures, or areas that are located away from the coastline or in open waters. It typically encompasses operations conducted beyond the territorial waters of a country, often involving the exploration, production, and transportation of natural resources such as oil, gas, and wind energy. Offshore operations can include offshore drilling, offshore wind farms, offshore construction, and offshore support services.
Right, and for our health and safety tip for this week, we have stress management. Stress management.
Stress management. Stress can creep up in our day-to-day lives and affect how we think, feel, and perform in the workplace. Managing life stresses like meditation, progressive relaxation, spending time in nature can support our mental health, improve productivity at work, and reduce the risk of workplace conflicts, injuries, and accidents.
All right, so welcome back. We are zooming into our discussion proper tonight. Tonight we are taking a look at development of maritime, training, maritime professionals in Ghana and the role of training, to equip these professionals to meet local and international demands. We have several training institutions. The premier and indeed the one that is very, very, visible, I would say, is the Regional Maritime University. Now we have some other tertiary institutions also introducing courses, for the maritime industry, the UG and some others. But tonight we're focusing our attention on a collaboration between the Regional Maritime University and another organization. We shall be telling you what that particular organization is and what exactly they are doing there at the Regional Maritime University in their quest to, as it were, build a very, very formidable workforce for the maritime industry in our country. When you speak to a lot of people, what the feeling is that Ghana has a requisite wherewithal, and particularly our seafarers out there, they say they are top-notch. They are rated as, one of the best in the world. But we have fallen short of this particular demand for seafarers from our country. And that's also coupled with other, disciplines as far as the workforce in the maritime industry is concerned. And so tonight we're just trying to examine the role of some of these, training institutions and professional, in their quest to roll out professional. To Iron Port tonight. Next to me is Engineer Alok Asamoah. He's an engineer training superintendent at the Bernard Schulte Ship Management, VSM, Ghana. He's also a former rector at the Regional Maritime University. Engineer, welcome, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Good to have you.
Good.
And then we also have Professor Captain Nana Ofosu-Boateng. He's the Dean of Maritime Studies, Regional Maritime University, RMU. Prof, welcome, sir.
Thank you.
Not
very
the first time, and we're glad to have you again.
I'm a veteran here.
Absolutely. Yes, we're glad to have you. And so, like I told Captain Joshua Ado, I would like to wish all of you a happy new year. We just entered 2025, day number 19 in the month of January 2025, and we're glad that we are here. We're glad that you've joined us, and we hope that we shall digest this topic for the benefit of our viewers and all who are watching us on social media as well. So let me begin with Captain Joshua Ado and find out from you. Tell us about BSM.
Thank you very much. Bernard Schulte Ship Management is a ship owning and also ship management company who has evolved through the years. I think we are in the 5th generation, and it's a family-owned business.
Okay.
A German company, and that runs over 600 vessels and own approximately 100 vessels under their sleeves.
Right. 600 what?
600 vessels under
okay.
management.
Wow.
Yes, and I've employed a lot of shore personnel. They have their representation across the globe, running from Western countries down to Asia with a lot of activities. Their key interest is to promote the maritime industry,
right,
and also create opportunities for the youth. There's no barrier in terms of nationality or gender. They are there to make sure the industry workforce are well trained.
Yeah.
And they meet all international regulation and demands.
Right.
So basically, that's what they do.
Okay. Now, I would have you tell us what the collaboration is that you have with the Regional Maritime University, because I know you have a facility there that you are working on, and you're offering some training there. Yes.
Yes, so Bernard Schulte Ship Management came to Ghana since 2012. The intent was to create employment for the youth. So they came in and started recruiting the cadets. Started with 12 cadets.
Yes.
Led by Madam Eva Rodriguez, and then met with the management of RMU to see how these youngsters will have opportunity. So indeed, it was very successful project, and we put the cadets on board all types of vessels that were owned by BSM, in short, Bernard Schulte Ship Management, called BSM.
Yes.
In short. So that was how the journey started in Ghana since 2012. And over the years, the numbers began to grow until 2016-17, where now they signed MOU with the Regional Maritime University to assist in training. Because gaps were really identified.
Right.
And there were a lot of efforts on their side to ensure that those gaps were really closed. So it's been a journey of success with the university. And this dream was then led by Professor Evis Nyaku, who led the management to the board of the Regional Maritime University to enter into a deeper cooperation on the campuses of the Regional Maritime University.
Right.
Strengthen the workforce and also recruit and employ, as well as train the seafarers for the betterment of the industry. So that's where the journey started,
right,
until where we are today. Maybe my colleagues also can add.
Yes, I would want to come to, okay, let me come to Engineer Samoa and see, and find out if there's something else you want to add to what Captain has said. The RMU formally entered into partnership with BSM in 2017, as you mentioned. Absolutely, yes. How has it been?
As Captain Ado has indicated, Bernard Schulte Ship Management came to RMU, and
if you can get close to your mic a bit, please.
And the collaboration.
Oh, you have to shift your mic here, sure. Yeah, awesome.
Was basically for recruitment. However, with the identification of the gaps, Bernard Schulte Ship Management also decided to assist RMU.
Right.
There were a few projects done by RMU with respect to the lagoon where a lot of garbage was found there. BSM sponsored 3 or 4 students to do some research and come up with some findings.
Right.
At one time, even a barrier was built so that they could catch some of these garbage.
Right.
Another thing that BSM did was also to increase the cadet numbers. At the moment, BSM is recruiting about 60 cadets every year,
right,
spanning all the 3 departments, both the nautical and marine engineering, plus the electricals. And then along the line, BSM decided, instead of sending the people to the other maritime training schools that the company owns, which at the moment stands at 4 outside Ghana, and just last year, the first one was started in Ghana.
Right.
And here we are basically stressing the practical aspects of the training.
Right.
So this is what BSM has done so far in RMU. However, BSM also has an office that is the crew service center where the recruitment of the cadets are done.
Right.
And once the people are recruited, trained by BSM, they continue working for the company on various vessels.
Right.
And that is a big plus. And at the moment, the seafarers are close to 1,000.
Right.
Under the crew service center of the Bernard Schulte Group.
Right.
And with the training center, which has also been started, that enhances the chances of the Ghanaians getting the practical aspects of the training. Captain Ando is going to tell you that discussions are going on with some of the other companies which are also recruiting from the Regional Maritime University, so that they can also bring their people for the practical aspect.
Okay.
Captain will.
Yes, let me come to Professor Dean and find out from you how you think that Ghanaian academic institutions can align their training programs with industry needs so that we don't, churn out manpower that is not relevant or that is not on demand for, local and industry, local and international industries.
Are you referring to the sea domain, the maritime domain?
Yes, please.
Yeah, it's very, very important. But before I say anything, I just want to talk a little bit from the IRMU's perspective, because the collaboration is between IRMU and BSM.
Yes.
Initially, when you completed the program in the school, we used to have the national shipping line, which is the Black Star line.
Yeah.
But it's non-existent. It's no more, it's collapsed.
Yes.
So it became a very big hurdle when you are completed, because you need some form of practical training before you can transition to become an officer. Without that, it's not possible.
Yeah.
So BSM coming in was very timely, because we had lots of cadets who were lingering around because they couldn't have vessels to do the training on.
Right.
So BSM came on board, and all those cadets, upon interviews and a little bit of assessment, have been able to be grafted on board and have received fantastic training and are working. Some have gained employment with other companies and stuff. Okay, so to your question, it is very important for the institution to know that shipping is not static, it's dynamic, it's moving. So whatever that has to be done, it has to be tailored towards the demands that industry is looking at. So I believe that as an MET or Maritime Education Training Institute, we have put this in our minds or up front, because you will notice that everything is transitioning from analog to digital these days. So you notice that the way I was trained when I was a cadet, it's far different.
Absolutely.
Things have really changed.
Yes.
So the school is also evolving, trying to put in computer-based trainings and using simulators to enhance the training to make it effective. So, of course, it is right that we need to know what industry wants. But I also believe that RMU and BSM is exactly that is what we are doing. Because if you trained the people and they go out there and the impact is not what you want. And of course, any people we send out there, we look for feedback from industry also. That helps to guide us in whatever decisions that we want to make or whatever people we want to churn out for industry. So that's very important too. Okay,
awesome. Yes, Captain was... Engineer Samoa was telling me to come to you. You are in talks with some organizations, to better the lot of the RMU and then BSM. Can you bring us up to speed with some of these?
Yes. Let me just lay emphasis that the BSM Maritime Training Center there is not to duplicate what is currently happening in the General Maritime University, but it's a kind of a symbiotic relationship. Where this benefits from the other.
Right.
And as Engineer Locke rightly said, the core business of BSM in 2012 was to do recruitment.
Right.
So we started a recruitment, gaps were identified. Of course, nothing goes without challenges.
Yeah.
Our people on board face a very huge challenge. And trust me, the first 20, only one is surviving till today.
Yeah.
So it gave them they began to look at it from a broader perspective, how to improve and let the people stay.
Yeah.
And where there is training.
Right.
BSM has a tradition of training to best standards. Because of this, they have other 5 maritime training centers across the globe. And we have about 10 to 11 ship management centers in the world. Then the crewing services center, as he said, which are about 28, of which Ghana is part of it.
Right. And
the university, based on the MOU and agreements, and decided to deepen the relationship with Benashut, to let them stay.
Yeah.
So we are not reinventing the wheel, but to add value to training. And as Prof was saying, in the past, when you graduate from the university, Black Star Line was available.
Yes.
Even Engineer Law can talk more about those days. He's a beneficiary of that. I wasn't anyway.
Yeah.
So Black Star Line was there. And after the collapse of the Black Star Line, companies like Iran, Ethiopia came in to fill certain gaps, which over the years begin to dwindle. And BSM presence in Ghana wasn't because of COVID or the Ukraine-Russian war. They came in as an employer to really create job opportunities for the the youth. So after the training center is almost completing this year, we've not taken over fully from the contractor anyway.
Right.
It's work in progress. So we are looking at that from the shareholding point of view, having in mind that we are not to duplicate what is already existing in RMU,
right,
down to benefit from each other. So other companies are now coming in after the COVID taught a lot of lessons to ship owners, as well as coupling with the Russian-Ukrainian war. Now owners are looking down onto Africa. I can see today we have a lot of other companies coming in to recruit from the university workforce. These gaps we found in the past will be addressed by these new companies who are coming into the workforce in the Regional Maritime University. So we are having talks with the major employers who are now in Ghana to look at it from that side. What the university is doing is basic, the IMO requirements training, the International Maritime Organization, into what we call the STCW, Standard of Training, Certification, and Watchkeeping.
Right.
RMU strength is this, of which BSM is not to compete with them. So every company, as Prof. rightly said, it's a quite dynamic industry where changes are happening every day. And I saw in the intro where we are showing Japan building one of the latest LNG carrier, and looking at IMO idea to zero green effects. So this is quite a huge demand in training, because when the changes are happening, it always comes with training. So we are looking at speaking with these companies to come up with their need based on the vessels they operate. Once they are in Ghana, it's become a one-stop shop in the Regional Maritime University, where they are doing the STCW, and then company-specific training, which is out of the scope of the university, to give that training as a complementary effort in making sure the seafarers that we train meet up the international demand or international competition. Because they are out there, we have the reason is because we are English speaking, which is a good positive thing that owners are looking out for. So, and we have the youth. We have a very high youth population as well. So these are things that are attracting owners to come into Ghana to recruit. And we have a lot of ex-seafarers who have made it in the industry, who raise the flag of Ghana very high. And I'm referring to Ghana, I don't mean Ghanaians, but anybody that has passed through the RMU. You know, the RMU is a regional institution.
Absolutely.
It's comprised of 5 countries in one. And discussion with owners, especially BSM, we saw this as also as an advantage. So it's like using one stone, kill two birds. Where if you are in the university, you are meeting all other nationality on one location. So you can spread the opportunities across the region. So BSM, we are not only employing Ghanaians. Let me put it out there very clear. We employ everybody without restriction to nationality. We believe in diversity, inclusion as well, to make sure that everybody has an opportunity that he or she deserves.
Absolutely.
Maritime industry.
Okay. Let me come to Engineer Aloka Samoa. You are an engineer training superintendent at BSM. What do you look out for in the people that you train at a place?
The basic requirement for our training is a graduation from the Regional Maritime University. That is the basic. And then, of course, we are also expecting some documentation. To be a seafarer, the International Maritime Organization has clearly specified right, some qualifications for you to be able to continue in the profession.
Right.
That is where BSM comes in. Of course, let me say that some facilities that the Regional Maritime University lack and BSM has, they have the opportunity to use.
Yeah.
And Prof would confirm this. And
Okay.
also when we are also doing some practical training and they have the facilities. BSM does not discriminate.
Yeah, like he mentioned, yeah.
Like Captain Ado said. So for that aspect of being able to work in the international community, that is okay.
Right.
With the Regional Maritime University. Another thing we look for is your tenacity, how you can survive the marine industry.
Right.
Once more, the Regional Maritime University is doing that, but we also confirm, and that is the paramilitary training,
yes,
which the Regional Maritime University gives.
Yes.
And BSM is always collaborating with them, and some of the facilities also that they have, that they are doing the training with, especially survival.
Yes.
BSM puts a high premium on survival. Anything can happen at sea, and it's important that everybody who goes to sea is able to survive.
Yeah.
Now, one aspect that we've not mentioned here is recruitment of ratings. The ratings don't do as much academic work as the officers do in the Regional Maritime University.
Yes.
Maybe Prof can add to that.
Yes.
But Regional Maritime University has also specified some basic training as per the Ghana Maritime Authority, GMA guidelines, that every rating who should go to sea on a Ghanaian ticket must have the basic training, which Regional Maritime University once more is doing. Captain can give you the details of that. So that is another thing that we also look for for the ratings and officers. And then once you've done your Regional Maritime University things and you are physically fit, as specified by the Ghana Maritime Authority. And you have the practical aspects as per the university standards, and Regional Maritime, then the BSM will recruit you.
Okay.
And we have a rigorous recruitment process. As I've indicated. One of them is our English examination.
Okay.
And a professional examination, depending on your standard.
Okay, your level, okay.
Your level. Then you are giving appropriate work. And it's also computer-based.
Right.
The exams are computer-based because in the modern maritime industry, if you are illiterate with respect to computers, then I'm afraid you'll be found lacking.
Absolutely.
And that is part of the training we also give.
Okay.
Because in our training, you are going to learn how to use the company's programs.
Right.
All the company documentation, and virtually on board the ship now, BSM has become paperless.
Right, okay.
And so the people we are recruiting, both ratings and officers, they must be computer literate, and that is one of our requirements.
Right.
So one of our initial tests for you is computer-based. And if you cannot use the computer, then basically you are out of the recruitment process.
Right. Yes, he indicated you would give us a rundown of some.
Yeah. I'll give a brief rundown on what he said, Engineer Locke said.
Yes.
And after that, I'm also going to make a passionate appeal to government.
Yes.
Because for me, it is obvious that...
Okay, I think showing on the screen is a BSM facility at the RMU.
Yes.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah, for me, it's obvious. 80% of world trade is by sea, which is known.
Yes.
So what a critical place to look at if you want to develop your country.
Right.
We are very fortunate that we have a coastal line. So at least we are close to the sea. So why can't we leverage on it and make very good use of it?
Yeah.
Like Engineer Locke rightly said, initially, if somebody, for the ratings, and I'm talking about the ratings because he talked about it. Initially, if you wanted to go to sea, you didn't rate up. So we started it, it's an 8-week program.
Right.
So this is for somebody or a youth. The basic level is the JSS level.
Right.
So you come in And we have lots of people out there. Because they don't know this, I want to use this opportunity to tell them.
Yeah.
So you come for the 8 weeks program, and at least by the time you are through, you have some knowledge about what you are expected to do at sea, right? So then from there, you have the opportunity to be employed by BSM or some other entity that is into employment. You go there, and then you can come back again for a 1-week oral exam, after which when you pass, you are given a certificate to work on board as a rating who will form part of a navigational watch or an engineer, an engineer rating or a wiper and oiler who can also help in a watch. For the engineers, they also have a similar program, but theirs is a little longer because they do it for 6 months. That is the marine engineering mechanic program.
Right.
So they go through a similar program where they are exposed to all kinds of practicals and stuff. So at least when he comes out and goes on board the vessel, he has lots of knowledge on what to do.
Absolutely.
Not just a novice.
Yeah.
If from the very beginning, if we all listened from what my colleague said, Captain Ado, he said the relationship between BSM and RMU is symbiotic, right? So it's like we benefit from each other. We're not crossing each other in anything or duplicating whatever we are doing.
Yeah.
But we're trying to benefit from one another, the programs that we are running.
Yes.
But I just also want to look at it this way, because when Engineer Alok started, he said, the very basics, if somebody had to transition to become an RMU had an encounter with the Korean Exim Bank to help the school modernize.
Yes.
So we can be at par with any world-class maritime institution. And it was a $147 million loan. Now it's increased to $153 million.
Right.
And Captain Ado and myself, together with Engineer Adilamte and a few others, were part of the project management team.
Right.
And in that, we were supposed to have a training vessel. Aside that, we're supposed to have state-of-the-art bridge 360 degrees simulators for training.
Yeah.
We're supposed to have lecture theaters. We're supposed to have other facilities that would aid in our maritime education and training. If that is done, and you know what? The thing started in 2020. There was a feasibility study and stuff. And now it's like it's stalled because it's got to Ministry of Finance. And they have to push for Parliament to sign the loan. This is very important. And I'm a little passionate about this because we want to use Ghana. You see, we have the leverage. We are English speaking, like Captain Ado said.
Yes.
And English is the international language for seafarers.
Yes.
And we are lucky that we speak English. So why don't we leverage on it? Just like Philippines that repatriates through remittances, seafarers are able to remit $4.5 billion every year.
Yes.
So why can't we do the same in Ghana? So this is an appeal to government, and I know they also are passionate about this seafaring thing, that immediately they should inform Ministry of Finance to make sure that the loan is signed before the end of the year, so that construction, and because everything is done, feasibility study and everything. And we have the Exim Bank of Korea in this country. They do have a representative in this country. So they should be up and doing. We should be able to sign the loan. And of course, it's a very flexible loan. An interest of 0.05, which is almost like a grant it's for a 40-year period. So this should be done. And that would send RMU to the next level, which would be at par with every... and you know, the little problem that most maritime institutions have is having a trading vessel.
Yes.
So then that is going to put Ghana on the map because we'll be... South Africa doesn't even have a training vessel.
Right.
So that would showcase Ghana, and that would put us really on spot.
Right. Okay, so I'm quite passionate about this issue of a training vessel because it's been a long issue, a long-standing issue that, you know, the RMU has grappled with and all that. And I was fortunate late last year or middle of last year, that was in August, to go to the United States of America. I went to University of Rhode Island, the Graduate School of Oceanography, and they have a vessel, a research vessel. That's the university, not the state or the government itself. Just a university. And they are doing very well. But here when you talk about it, some people says there is a negative to owning a research vessel because the cost of running it alone would be something daunting that the institution will grapple with.
So you see,
but if we want to churn out good and, highly qualified professionals to meet the standards that, has been prescribed, we need it.
Yeah, this is a very good thing. And RMU, we were very smart. China, you don't need, like Captain Ado said, you don't need to reinvent the wheel.
Yes.
You just see what somebody is doing, and if it's suitable to what you're also doing back home, you just replicate it. That's it. China, and I did my PhD in the Shanghai Maritime University.
Yes.
And they have a training vessel.
Wow.
So, and the training vessel is not just for training, but it's training and trading.
Yes.
So it's a full container vessel, but they do have enough cabins, which has been designed for cadets to be on board. So they do have 200 cadets on board. So we wanted to do the same concept also. Right. Where we'll have, from the ship design that we saw, and Captain Ado is aware of it, the vessel is supposed to have 345 TEUs, 20-foot containers. Yes. So through the trading, it could be used as a feeder vessel to do this. That could be able to run the vessel. Yes. Because it's trading, all right? It's not just a cadet, pure cadet training vessel like they have in Japan, which the government has been subsidizing. Yeah. But this, we could be on our feet. Even BSM could manage the vessel, of course. And then once it's trading, it can have enough
it generates
income to run the vessel. Absolutely. So that's not an issue at all.
Right. Right. That's serious. I do hope that government listens and they're able to do the needful so that the Ministry of Finance would get this thing done. So you can have your 150-something million is no small amount. It will transform the RMU. Seriously. It will transform the RMU. All right. So in terms of Ghanaian professionals becoming competitive, what should we be doing?
The pace has been set for us by the former Ghana Nautical College, the people they trained, and the Ghanaian seafarer has been accepted worldwide. There is no question about that. It started from the fact that the Ghana Nautical College, they were getting certification from the UK. Right. Which was at that time a very big maritime nation. So we have that good advantage. Go to Singapore, go to Iran, Ethiopia, all the places where maritime is key, they've accepted the Ghanaian seafarer, including Greece. BSM, the German company, has accepted the Ghanaian seafarer. Oldendorf. You will see the Ghanaian seafarer everywhere in the world. Yes. So, for what we have to do is just to give the regional maritime university the push, which will invite more shipping companies. There are a few now at the university, just as Captain Ado and Professor were saying. So, all what we have to do is to try and get the university properly equipped. Yes. And get our boys and girls also to go there. Right. And once they get the training and they have the requisite practical knowledge, which BSM is assisting RMU to do, then that's it. Right. Now that the big shipping companies are coming down to the university to do recruitment. Yes. I think that is it. And BSM being one of the biggest companies in the world, managing over 600 vessels, their presence here is an attraction. Absolutely. For the others. Right. So I would just say that we just have to put our act together. And that's it. Because, can I say, God has buttered our bread for us. Yeah. Right. All what we have to do is just to go and eat the bread. Absolutely. Right. Awesome. So, Engineer Alokasamoa is Engineer Training Superintendent Bernard Schulte, Ship Management, BSM Ghana. He's also a former rector at the Regional Maritime University. Indeed, we have Captain Joshua Ado, Country Representative, Bernard Schulte, Ship Management, that's BSM Ghana. And indeed, Professor Captain Nana Ofosu-Boateng, Dean of Maritime Studies, Regional Maritime University. They've joined us tonight to discuss how to develop Ghana's maritime workforce and the role of training, professional training institutions in Ghana. And I think that the focus, more or less, is on the Bernard Schulte Ship Management
BSM Ghana. We're going for a quick break. When we return, we'll take your messages and then we'll activate the phone lines for you to call in. Please stay with us.
Good energy brings you quality choices with Gold Super XP. Available in many Gold stations nationwide. It is fortified with special additives that help your engine perform better and use less fuel. Branch into a Gold station today and energize your ride with Gold Super XP, compatible with most vehicles. Gold Super XP, Wufilia, huh? Wubefi. Goil, good energy. Yeah, yeah.
Electricity, then pay your taxes. Our taxes, our future.
Because you see, without our taxes, we wouldn't have good roads, good schools, better hospitals, street lights, and other very important social amenities. When we pay our taxes, we give our children free and quality education. Talga, my money too small. Why should I pay my tax? Look, small. Salifo, it doesn't matter how small or big your business or income is, you still have to pay your taxes. The little taxes from each and every one of us, when put together, could give your community clean water or that deprived school with tables and chairs. Please pay your taxes. It is your responsibility. It is your civic duty. It is the law.
MPS Terminal 3 is Africa's new state-of-the-art container terminal at Tema Port. For manufacturers, agro-processors and traders, the new port means business can be done faster. This infrastructure boost will improve Ghana's port handling capacity, connect more trading routes, and oil the engine of growth for the economy, creating greater opportunities across all sectors as Africa's markets merge and become the largest trading bloc globally. MPS, we connect, you thrive.
Business and life can be like the sea sometimes. Sometimes serene, sometimes calm, sometimes turbulent, and at times it brings the unexpected. However it is like, trust Phoenix Insurance for your home, car, business, and marine insurance needs. Call 0302-246-319 or 0243-690-492.
At Phoenix, you experience a delightful service delivered with wisdom.
All right, welcome back. This is Iron Port here on Metro TV, and I introduced my guests already. Engineer Aloka Samoa, Training Superintendent Bernard Schulte, Ship Management BSM, Captain Joshua Adu, Country Representative Bernard Schulte, Ship Management BSM Ghana, and indeed Professor Captain Nana Ofosu-Boateng, Dean of Maritime Studies, University, that's the Regional Maritime University, RMU. And tonight we're taking a look at how to develop Ghana's maritime workforce and the role of professional training in addressing local and global industry needs. Yes, Captain Joshua Ado is also a lecturer at the Regional Maritime University. There are those we're having a discussion with. I've seen that some of your messages have come through. You can also call in. I've been told the lines have been activated. And the number to dial is 0245-834980, 0245-834980. You can call in and contribute to the discussion. So on to the messages for tonight. Good evening. This one is from one of our regular texters and viewers, Ohima in Tema. She says, good evening, Iron Port. Very insightful discussion. What does being computer literate mean to this in this context? Is it the usual Microsoft suite or something more? Yes. Who's going to take that?
Yes, it's a basic computer literacy because the world in shipping is moving AI.
Right.
So we expect that every seafarer should be able to read it, right, and at least have a computer literacy. The basic computer literacy, nothing more.
Right.
There are more company-specific training which you need a computer to use them to do as well. So it's expected that you have the basic Microsoft computer knowledge.
Okay. I understand we have Sadiq from Accra on the line. Let's go and pick Sadiq and then come back and continue. Good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening, my brother.
Great to have you. We're terrific. Yourself?
I'm happy to be watching this program.
Awesome.
My daughter just finished SS.
Okay.
In fact, this school nautical college, I've been following it when I was even a sixth form student in the north until it changed into Maritime Academy.
Right.
The problem now is the cost in dollars.
The cost?
Dollars.
Did you say the cost, Sadiq?
Yeah, cost of training.
Okay.
To enter the school, the first semester, you have to pay $1,500 or something or more. I've been going to their website. Fees are charged in dollars. I understand it's a maritime, it's a regional maritime school.
Yeah.
But we in Ghana here, I thought that probably we can look at it in cities. Well, if they are charging $1,500, I'm wondering how many young Ghanaians can be able to enter the school. As we speak, my daughter is now forced to go to Ghana Telecom University to do IT. But this is the school I'm looking at.
Right.
As a seafarer. The school is a scholarship there, what can be done so that young people who cannot afford the thousands of dollars to go there to be able to take advantage. Is there any scholarship? Is there any some leeway
any
so that
fund,
students
okay.
can
okay.
I don't know whether you understand what I'm saying.
I'm
Sadiq, not Sadiq.
Absolutely. Sadiq, yes. All right. Thank you very much indeed. Yes, Captain Ado.
I strongly share his sentiments.
Right.
But I'll be very straight to the point to tell him that he have to relax. Because the school fees is in dollars, yes, but the school are subsidized.
Right.
When the exchange rates were running about 17 cedis, the school is giving 10 cedis for the exchange rate. So the school have really subsidized the rates. In recent times, also the acting vice chancellor, Dr. Brooks, has initiated the scholarship scheme for the needy. Then before the December break, we were having discussions with local banks in Ghana to absorb some of the program, some of the fees in terms of a loan for the parents to be able to see their wards through. And I'm happy the child is a daughter because now the IMO has championed the gender equality thing, and and we as an employer with other players in the industry are key in making sure the ladies have a fair deal, if not giving prioritize of employment. So you shouldn't give hope because the school fees is in charge in dollars. The rates are quite subsidized. A lot of schemes are also in place. There are efforts on our side to make sure every student can have this opportunity to be a seafarer.
Absolutely. All right. I understand that we have Raphael in Accra also calling. Good evening, sir.
How are you?
Well, I'm well by His grace. I hope you are well too. Yes, sir.
By the grace of God.
Please
Yeah.
shoot. Yes.
Thanks for having me. Please, I just want to contribute to this thing. My interest and my focus is on about having training.
Right.
Hope you can hear me. Can you hear me?
Please go ahead. Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah. Engineer Locke was my lecturer. He knows me very well.
Okay.
Same with Captain Joshua.
Yes.
I'm a product of that school. Actually, in terms of training, what I've realized is that Locke knows me very well. He knows me. Now, in terms of training, we were the last batch that entered the school under Ghana Nautical College and the first to come out under Regional Maritime University.
Okay.
We stood on the parade ground for Papa J to pass us out as the first graduates of under the name Regional Maritime University, right?
Right.
Now, during the regionalization of the school, we were comfortably told that the librarians, they have Liberian flag, like a flag state.
Yes.
They have a lot of librarians there coming. So it looks as if there's a kind of discrimination. If I'm putting this thing out to let the authorities, I think Professor Captain Fosu might take it out, I don't know, but then the authorities in there should go into the books.
Yeah.
I know very well this thing was there. So that there should be a kind of windfall kind of thing. You understand me?
Yeah, sure.
It will be spread all over across. Like, I mean, at least I joined the program later on, but I heard something like there's no discrimination from BSM and all that.
Yes.
With the nationalities when they are involved. Yeah. So it is the same thing here also, please. Liberia has a lot of ships that at least if one cadet on board one or two, the zenith of their professions.
Right. Thank you very much indeed, Chief Raphael. We're grateful to you. Yes, he raised some points. I don't know whether any of you would want to, but we still have some messages that we haven't dealt with. Yes, Prof.
Yeah. I want to make this very clear. The fees we are charging in RMU, it's not only peculiar to RMU.
Right.
Especially when it comes to cadetship training.
Right.
When you, like if the school, you're doing just a normal BSc program or something.
Yes.
The fees is not as high as when you're doing a cadetship training.
Right.
To do the cadetship program.
Right.
So you need some level of sponsorships from some place. I think going forward, maybe we can look at economics of scale.
Yeah.
If this modernization thing I'm talking about comes on, it means that we would be able to leverage on it, have the numbers, and then if even the vessel is making profit, that is the training vessel is making profit, you can absorb some of these things and bring in more people for training. So in the long term and looking at the bigger picture, I think this thing can be solved as we go forward.
Okay, I think I also share in their sentiments. I remember I made a complaint because when I was doing my master's, in fact, I graduated last year in June, Ports and Shipping Admin, it was 4,000 USD, but we're able to manage, so to speak. Let's see, we have Asase, who is calling us from Kukrantumi. Good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening, sir.
Awesome, yes.
Good evening to your panel.
Good evening, sir. Please shoot.
Yes, I think I joined the program not quite long ago, but I think I've had, the
Sir, can you speak up a bit, please?
Yeah, I said I joined the program not quite long ago, but...
Great, thank you.
I hear you talking about developing the workforce, isn't it?
Yes, yes, please.
You see, what my contribution is very simple. It seems like the school, it's not very popular, across the country. It's only when you live around the Tema and its enclaves. I have lived around Lungwa before, traveling along the Tema line, and I remember I saw the school, and I made some inquiries about it, and I was told what school is this, but I don't know if you have plans of developing the school, having off campus, like maybe courses that could probably spread around the country, have schools in some part of the country, probably like the northern part of the country, campus, or any other part of the country, so it will make it accessible to and make it popular like
see how viable that can be.
Okay.
It's a good suggestion, though.
All right.
And
Engineer, someone wants to come in, but I understand we have Elikem from Nungwa on the line. Let's pick him and come back and then see. I think that is a very interesting point that Asasi raised. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir.
Great. Please go ahead, sir.
I am Elikem calling from Nungwa.
Right, sure.
And
please go ahead.
Hello, can you hear me? I'm Elikem. I'm calling from Nungwa.
Yes, sir. We understand that, please.
I'm a student in the Ghana Maritime University.
Regional Maritime University.
I have a little program with the school.
Right.
Before, we used to have a training session at the Ghana Port and Harbour Authority for those with the 6 months course.
Okay.
But during the COVID time, they canceled those trainings. So now, the student, after the completion of the course,
yes,
we find it difficult to get attachment to various vessel companies.
Right.
So, and also the Ghana Maritime Authority, now before they used to issue certificate of competency.
Yes.
To the fresh students.
Yes.
And now they've cancelled all those certificates. So when we finish the school, it's difficult for us to get certificate of competence to various institutions.
Right.
Vessels. So my what I want to know is it how are we going to open those problems?
Yeah. Okay. All right. You want to respond to that, Captain Joshua? Yes.
Yes. Thank you. I share this sentiment as he's saying, and I must say that in recent times, this issue is being resolved.
Yes.
Because we have a lot of owners coming into the university
to
employ. So it's becoming a thing of the past.
Right.
And this is the hallmark of BSM. We are the company that is doing the training for the rating program, as Engineer Locke, where we recruit fresh with the right age to make sure we give them the requisite training after they graduate from the university. And before, as I said initially, there were no employment after the close of the collapse of Black Star.
Yeah.
So BSM came in to give hope to the maritime industry.
Right.
Coupling in with what the other previous scholars said, that we are not known.
Yeah.
RMU is not known.
Yeah.
And BSM, because of the presence of BSM, proud to, after the COVID, we were doing campaign going from the north, sponsored by the Regional Maritime University, the marketing team, started from the north, trying to tell people that RMU is an institution where you gain job before you graduate.
Yeah. Okay.
Employment are available at your doorstep before you graduate. And this thing has really sell the university to the region, not only to Ghanaians, because you are guaranteed that employers are visible and they are ready to employ you. So we are hoping that, I said, somewhere last year, IMEC, who is the employment agency within the industry, came to Ghana to see what we have and what they can take advantage or they can leverage over.
Right.
So the future is looking very bright. As I said, BSM, we are not in competition.
Yeah.
We want the industry to open.
Absolutely.
To give us a lifeline to the Maritime Training Center, because a huge investment from their side. So if we don't get players coming in to train, to bring up to standards, expectations, then you will see the investment become like a white elephant sitting down there.
Right.
So I can rest assure him and other people that are concerned that the future is getting brighter, and there's a lot of lights at the end of the tunnel. Not only a light, lights at the end of the tunnel.
Okay. So I think Ohima brought some 5 questions. I did only 1. So let's continue. I think that we'll take all of them and then we can respond one after the other. The second one is computer literacy factored into the training at RMU? 3, any special plan or policy for the recruitment of female cadets? 4, is there any opportunities for ports and shipping administration graduates in BSM? And the last one, Is there a feedback mechanism from BSM to RMU on areas to improve in their training or curriculum based on the observation of the cadets that they recruit from RMU?
Let me take the middle one first.
Right.
As we speak, we cannot have a single female to employ. So female employment is scanty.
Okay.
And I will encourage all females to take advantage over the current to attend the Maritime University.
Right.
As we speak, we are looking for females to employ, and
Right.
it's zero on our list for 2024, 2025.
Okay.
And I think other companies are looking for the same.
Right.
And to employ. Then computer illiteracy, yes, it's part of the RMU.
It's factored into.
Yeah, it's factored into the training.
Okay.
So both at the rating level and also the cadets level.
Okay.
Then
opportunities for port and shipping administration graduates in BSM.
Yes, there are opportunities for them. We have some coming to do internship with us.
Right.
And most of the staff working in BSM were doing national service in the university. Of course, once we grow, it creates more opportunity for port and shipping graduates also to be employed.
Right. Is there a feedback mechanism from BSM to RMU on areas to improve in their training and curriculum based on the observation of the cadets that they recruit from RMU?
Yes, this was what I wanted to answer the last. The feedback is very strong with the university. We have a steering committee meeting where we discuss. This started way back 2017, where we have a meeting with the university.
Yes.
Even BSM make an input of the curricula for the RMU.
Yes.
We invested a lot of money, bring a lot of books. It was this feedback.
Yes.
That's why the shareholding made a decision to invest their seat Maritime Training Center in Ghana to address this basic feedback that we get from them and then share with the university. And the university have been very supportful.
Right.
Because they've opened up their doors. And recently, new companies who are coming in are also making inputs, having seminars based on feedback that we share with the university.
Right.
And the last quarter of 2024, and GMA also came up to get this feedback in order to be able to engage the stakeholders within the industry. And these feedbacks are available. They are, I think, even up to the vice chancellor's level to know that these are what the cadets are saying and how best do we improve it. So it's based on this feedback that initiated Benashute's interest to bring such edifice onto the campuses to bring hope that their feedbacks are being heard. And the center there is providing hands-on. If you can see, even we've have an image of a vessel with a live equipment to expose these youngsters. These are all based on feedbacks that we've gathered over the years. So it is there, and it's live and positive. We even give such feedback to Ghana Maritime Authority as well, which they are aware about.
And very interestingly, the Maritime Authority is collaborating with the Regional Maritime University to look at the syllabi, curriculum. And Maritime Authority has invited some of the industry players, and BSM is strongly represented on the nautical and marine engineering
programs.
Groups. Yes. So yes, we are giving very good input from the industry into the RMU.
There are some of you who are watching and calling the WhatsApp line. That's not a line to call. Indeed, I even wonder whether we can pick any further calls. But the number to dial is 0245-834980. 0245-834980. What you are calling is the WhatsApp line, when we're not going to pick that. Now, this one says, please, can you ask Captain Ado the type of vessels they employ sailors in? And there's no name attached to this one, except that I can see Said and Bright or something. But if you would want to respond or profile a response, Captain Ado.
Yes, we employ on all types of ships, from the offshore facility onto the foreign going vessel, all the types of ships.
Yes.
We have Ghanaians on all types of ships within BSM.
Yes. Okay. This one says, hello, I'm Isaac calling from Tema. I am glad this discussion is going on and it will enlighten our job. Now, we are hoping the government comes in to get us more ships like oil tankers, bulk carriers, and offshore vessels since we are drilling oil here. My regards to my big man. Thanks, Isaac. Is it Boticrew or something? Boticrew.
Yeah,
Boticrew, okay. All right. You know him?
Yes.
Okay, this one says, ask the panel if RMU has any plans to establish programs in coastal engineering to train engineers to support efforts to protect the West African coastline from the ravages of the ocean.
Yes, I want to respond to both those comments.
Yes.
Where I was having discussion with one of my colleagues, Engineer Alexa was with him, and we should look, instead of Ghana to buy tankers, we should look at streamlining the policies of the government to attract more owners. And the university should be positioning itself to increase its number of students.
Right.
To create the awareness that when they come in, the workforce is there.
Right.
Once the owners are in country, once the owners are having the confidence with the policies from the government, this will bring a whole lot of job opportunities. So instead of looking at the government to bring in more, we were looking at the government aligning policies.
Yeah.
We are having the Philippine kind of sampling every day. We are talking as a seafaring. There is government drives and government policies.
Yeah.
And let me commend the Ghana Maritime Authority in recent times that they've signed a lot of memorandum of understanding to recognize Ghanaians to work on board their ships. A lot of efforts have gone into this, and I will say a big thanks to them.
Right.
But the job is huge.
Absolutely.
And they don't need to give up.
Right.
And look at the policies of. I don't know whether I can chip in while I was talking about government policies.
Yes.
I'm happy that next week Ghana Maritime Authority is meeting the American Embassy. This is one of the policy drive that they should push for the Americans to understand that the decision of refusing the seafarers American visa is affecting the workforce.
Right.
Because over 70% of the world trade passes through America.
Right.
And they have a demand for a seafarer visa.
Right. Which
other countries get it on a silver platter. So we are the engagement next week. We are hoping that it will change the fate of the Ghanaians who are sitting at home because they are not able to get US visa. And this is kind of discouraging owners from employment. Because when a vessel goes to America, there are huge fines if anybody is on board without American C1D. Australian does it for free online. They give you 5 years. You should have it to allow a vessel called Australian port.
Right.
You are not asking America to do the same. However, we are pleading that they should make the accessible quite straightforward.
Okay. I'm told we have barely 1 minute to go. Ask the panel. This was a question about programs in coastal engineering to train engineers to support efforts to protect the West African coastline from the ravages of the ocean. Who is going to provide a response?
Well, I don't know which ravages he's talking about, but if it is
Rex,
the rubbish, then it's a government issue and a national matter, because the average Ghanaian does not keep the town tidy. BSM has a policy. Every seafarer who goes on board BSM vessel, when you are coming back to your home, you sign an environmental pledge that you are going to abide by all the BSM policies, which includes taking care of the environment. BSM puts premium on that.
Right.
If the other one is the erosions and things going on our coast, in some places, this involves big money, and that should also come from our either Science and Technology Ministry or Environmental Ministry.
Okay.
Because that is a very big
Okay, this one says, good evening. My name is Authority-GPHA Isaac, Accra. What are duty or taxes at port I have to pay when I import a vehicle from abroad? What is the manufacturer's price? Well, this one, I'll get the production team to reach you so we can proffer a response to you. My name is Henry, and I have a problem with the RMU and GMA as well as BSM. BSM put an age limit on rating, and they do not tell the student when they enroll in the rating course. Also, GMA is not giving certificates of competency for fresh ratings and makes it hard to get a job. Well, I think that this is just the last message we'll take. Because we have barely 30 seconds to wrap up. Is anybody going to prefer some BSM?
Yes, I want to speak on
some
BSM. So I just
yeah.
a summary one. We talk about Maritime, but I just wanted to reiterate that the center there tried to. BSM has invested a lot of money in hospitality.
Yes.
Looking at opportunities that are coming to train the hospitality staff for the cruise, like the passenger ships.
Yes.
Also within the center there, we are going to train people for the hotels as well. So it's both shore and offshore training.
Yes.
So we invested a lot of resources to bring it to the standard of training in hospitality.
Okay.
So the hotels will be knocking on their door to see what kind of training they have for their staff to train at the BSM Maritime training.
Okay. We'll just acknowledge you. He says, good evening. Hello, good evening. My name is Benjamin. I want to find out if BSM is the only recruitment agency in RMU. If so, what can be done to attract other shipping companies to increase employment opportunities? We'll get a response, and you can listen to it in the abridged version, which will be aired on Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. Ghana Television. This one says, please, my name is Timothy Abayate. I want to know at what age you can apply. Well, I think that's a straight one. At what age can somebody apply to come to RMU or BSM?
No,
or something
on the officers, there's no age limit. But it's encouraged.
Yeah.
It should be very young.
Right.
For the rating program also, we're looking at youngsters who are 24 to 28 as the owner, because they are going to invest money to train you.
Yeah.
So if you're a certain age, you should come with a skill that they can develop with. But if you are of older age, if you are new, and you look at maximum 28 without any skill, then invest to train you.
Right. All right, so that's Captain Joshua Addo, Country Representative, Bernard Schulte, Ship Management, BSM Ghana. He's also a lecturer, Regional Maritime University. We also had in the studios Engineer Aloka Samoa, Engineer Training Superintendent, and at Bernard Schulte, Ship Management, BSM Ghana.